You ready? Joined the Navy March 13, 1951. So I joined when I was 20 years old and got out when I was 24. You got to marry a 20-year-old kid that never left New Jersey in Norfolk, Virginia, walking up to this carrier. It looked like the biggest thing in the world. The only thing I ever saw was rowboats, basically. I spent 4 years on two different carriers, the Roosevelt and the Coral Sea. They were on land duty, always out to sea. I'm doing this because my granddaughter's been on my back for a long time. So I didn't realize that my wife kept every letter I wrote from the time I was in the service. I found that out one day going into the attic, and it was this box, cardboard box, and it was packed with letters. And I couldn't believe she saved them all. And so I found this one here. This letter is 63 years old. Can't believe it. It was a lost found letter. And it reads, I miss you, January 31st, 1955, still at sea, 8:40 p.m. And it's lovey-dovey, so you got to forget about that stuff. I was young and didn't know any better. My dearest Joni, I didn't intend to write tonight, but after what happened today, I just had to write so as to ease my mind a little. You remember how I told you, I guess, of afraid of something happening now that I have only a few days left? Well, honey, it almost did. I didn't want to tell you about it, but I feel if I do, it will make me feel a lot better. All I can say is, keep saying those prayers for me, for they really paid off today. Yes, honey, I came close to being an angel this afternoon. This afternoon, 4 p.m., all went wrong in the gun I was with. Usually I fire gun mount number 1, but today I had to take over gun mount number 5. There's 9 men and 1 officer in the gun when we fire. Well, we started firing at the target, doing just fine. I was with my head outside of the top of the gun, looking to see if we were on the target. All of a sudden, I heard this fellow start yelling. I no sooner jumped down when everyone starts running for the door, officers and all. They were gone in 1 second flat. All but 1 fellow ran, the one that yelled to me. I looked to see what's the matter, and there in front of me lies a powder tank all broken up. The projectile, or bullet, is still laying there with it, in half the gun and half out. The explosive powder was coming out from the broken tank. Honey, I can't explain the feeling I had. That powder could have blown up any time. I pushed the projectile away and picked up the tank, handing it to the fellow with me, and over the side we threw it into the water. Then I took the projectile out and all was safe again. Honey, when I bent over to pick up that projectile, powder, I was looking at death right in the face. It's hard to explain the feeling I had. I couldn't run, for it was my job to stay for it. If I didn't act fast, the other fellow down below could have gotten hurt or killed if it did go off. After I fixed it, we got ready to start firing again. I wanted to quit right then, but I had to continue. We started to fire again. The first 8 shots went good, but the 9th one didn't go off. More trouble. When something like this happens, you have to clear everyone out of the gun except for 3 people. Then you wait 30 minutes, and then they try to get the powder and bullet out of the barrel. So me, another gunner's mate, and the gunnery officer waited. After the 30 minutes, we opened the gun, took the powder out, and threw it over the side. So that was the end of firing for that day. That one fellow who stood in the gun with me when we had the accident looked at me and said, "It just wasn't our time to go." I said to myself, Joni, it's a good thing you're praying for me. I can honestly say I had my life in my hands when I picked up that powder tank. Do you know, I went to church this morning. The first time I've gone on a weekday in a long time. You can bet I'll be at church every morning while I'm on this ship. It's a good thing I did go this morning, for God was with me, honey. He sure was. The fellows who ran out of the gun are still scared. Everyone heard about it. They said, "Hey Fred, take it easy. You're a short timer." You bet I'll be taking it real easy from now on in. So that's a rough idea of what happened. Honey, I'm going to hit the sack after this letter and get some sleep. I need it. No, honey. Boy, I said honey a lot. I don't get a medal for what I did, for it all comes with my job. It's something I'll never forget. It's another story to tell our kids. I feel a little better now that I told you about it. It's over with and I'm all right, so there's no need to worry about anything. Just keep on praying for me until I get out. Man, this is a long letter. Things like this happen in wartime every other day. God wants us to get married, for he sure proved it today. Nothing can part us now. We will always be together. So as I said before, don't worry, for it's all over with. Just another story to tell. People don't seem to understand sometimes that it's a little dangerous in service. But we know different, don't we, honey? I love you, honey. I love you so very much. Can't wait till I get home just to have you in my arm. That was a lovey-dovey guy. It's after 10, so I guess I'll go hit the sack. Keep on saying those prayers for me. I love you. May God bless and keep you safe. Love, Freddie. Then on the end here, I said, you will have to forgive me if this letter is a little mixed up and hard to read. I guess I always remember January 31, 1955.